Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make the Joker from the Batman television series back in the 70s. So the colours you're going to need, I'm using this kind of rose colour, which is a new one from Rainbow Loom. I'm using a dark green for the collar of his shirt and a black. I'm using black for his shoes and a sort of light appley green for his hair, and I'm using white for his face. I'm also using 2 of the mini pony beads for his eyes. Okay, so we're going to use a single loom. It's going to be in the offset configuration, which means that column 1 and 3 are going to be slightly lower than column 2. It's going to be facing towards us. The arrow is facing towards us. That means that the open part of the peg is facing towards us. We're going to start by using green for the hair, and we're going to be double banding, and that means you take 2 bands and you place them across the pegs together as if they were one, like this. You're going to try and make it so that they're not too twisted on each other. Now, one of the things that I've tried to do with this is give him some sort of buffy hair at the top, because it's a little bit different. Let's push all that down. So what I did was I took a single band and wrapped it once and twice. Oops. And twice, and slid it onto a double band and reclaimed the end, and I added that as a hair extension up the top here, which I know seems a bit silly, and it does get a bit fiddly when we come to deal with it, but it sort of gives him the buffy fullness up the top. So let's do that again. A single band, wrapped once and twice, slid onto a pair of the green, reclaimed, and slide that onto, and it makes it quite a full peg here at the top as well. But these things happen, I guess. The price you pay for art. Alright, there we go. Slide that on like that. Next we're going to use white for his face. Again, we're double banding, so take 2 and 2 and another 2 and another 2, and we're going to stitch his mouth on after we've done this. When we take him off the loom, we're not going to do the mouth actually on the loom. Push that all down. Let's get a couple for crossover bands. So we're taking a single band and stretching it across these 3 pegs here. Then across here we're going to take a single band and wrap it once, twice and 3 times. Sorry, not wrap it, twist it once, twice and 3 times and place it there. That's going to stop the eyes from falling to the back of his head. I'm going to thread my mini pony beads on using I have a 2.75 crochet dude hook, and the mini pony beads fit down that nicely, but use whatever you like. If it's a metal threader, I've got a tutorial on how to make one of those from a twisty tie on my YouTube channel. You can use floss, it really doesn't matter. Place his eyes on your band and spread them out either side, and then take the top part of the band up and over that peg. The bottom part of the band stays there, so it's kind of like a crossover band. Okay, so next we're going to move to his neck. We're going to use 3 black bands and place those here. Now his shirt, as I said, I'm using this rose colour. The shoulders are going to come down here, and you're back to 2 bands for shoulders. And if you see that your bands are not straight, just run your hook around them. Now for his collars, what I'm going to do, it's dark green. I took 2 bands and I placed 2 here and 2 here, and I got an end cap, a single band, wrapped it around my hook once, twice and 3 times, so it's a tight end cap, and you place it, if you can get all of the bands on your finger. I broke a nail the other day, so the nail that I normally pick at with my bands is not there. I'm devastated. Wrap it once, twice and 3 times, and nope, slide it on. There we go. Get out hook. There we are. So you've got end caps there. Alright. Now for his shirt, we're going to come down another 2 black and 1 more pair of black, like that. I'll get those out the way so they don't interfere with what I'm doing. For his shirt, we're going to come down with the rose. Well, it's his suit really, isn't it? Now he also has tails on his jacket, as you can see here, so we're going to make that as well. We're going to use the lower part of our loom to do that. So 2, I'm just going to push these out the way so I've got a bit of room. 2 bands, 2 bands, 2 bands, don't worry about that being above, it really doesn't matter. When we take it off the loom it all works out. You're going to take a single band, wrap it once and twice, and place it on the end here, and again, here, and again, here. Single bands, I'm going to place them across here as crossovers, like that. Okay, now we're going to loop these up, dig down, and loop these bands up. Now you're going to place them, you've got 1 band, 2 band, 3 band, and then on the 4th is where you place these. So you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what we're going to do is place the 3rd bands here and here. I'm going to take 2 bands and place them across like this, to show that this is where his jacket is opening. Okay, now I'm going to take these bands off and place that there and replace. I should have just done this before, but never mind. Take these bands off. I didn't actually realise we were in the right spot, but we are. And replace. We're going to put another 2 here. Take these ones off, place 2 bands and replace. You're going to loop these ones up as we did Okay, but then what we're going to do is take these off our loom, but only to the point where we have them attached. Okay, so you're not going to go above where we have them attached, and that's going to just sit down here. Okay, and you're going to ignore it. Alright, we need to do his trousers. Now his trousers are a mix, or pants as some of you like to call them. His trousers are a mix. They have a black pinstripe down them. So what I did was put a black band in between my two rose bands. Okay, so at the crotch area here you put 3, and then we'll do, and I'm doing it rose, black, rose, another 3 there, rose, black, rose, another 3 there. Try and keep them in the right order. I know it's a bit tricky. There we go. Now across this way I'm just using 2 rose bands. So I'm going to do 2 rose bands here and 2 rose bands here, and we're going to put an end cap of a rose as well. So once and twice, and pop that end cap on there. Now we just go these 2 and these 2 are rose, black, rose, and then the last peg on each of these sides is going to be shoes, and they're black. So we leave these because we're going to put 2, no we're not, I'm telling you fibs. We're going to do rose, black, rose, and we're adding the shoes to the bottom. So rose, black, rose, like that. Now shoes, 2 black bands, wrap once and twice, and we're sliding onto 2 black bands, and we'll do that. Come over here, Joker, you can sit there for a second. We're going to do that again. 2 black bands, wrap once and twice, and we will slide onto 2 more black bands. Oh, and we don't reclaim. We're going to take these 2 up and over. So you've still got the other side there. We're going to swap sides for our hook. So twist, whoopsie, turn that around so that we've got the other side, and put those on and reclaim the end of our bands. That is going to sit here on his foot, well, on his leg. Another 2 black bands. Slide your hook in, wrap once and twice, slide onto 2 black bands and reclaim. 2 black bands, wrap once and twice, 2 black bands, and slide on. This time we're not going to reclaim, we're going to take these 2 closest to the end of the hook, slide them up and over. Swap places on your hook with your bands, like that, and up and over, so they're all on those 2. And grab your bands back, twist the foot the right direction, and that pops on here, like so. Let's do some crossover bands and arms. Arms, well, we'll do crossover bands first. We're going to do a crossover band here, which is a single band popped over these 3 pegs in the shape of a triangle, and again above it, and again above it. Now I'm not really defining, I'm not making it narrower. because he's wearing a suit. Okay, so I'm not too concerned about him having a narrow waist. What I am going to do is move that one down like that, and I'm going to take these ones off, pop that over, and then replace these. So these are the top bands, like that. And then I'm going to put another one here, like that. Arms, you're going to take a single band, wrap it once and twice, and we're going to slide onto a pair of rows. We're going to use 5 pair of rows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you're going to pop that on his shoulder just there. Do the same for the other side, so a single band, wrap it once and twice, and now we need our 5 pair of rows. Slide them on, so that's pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, pair 4, and pair 5, and slide that onto this arm here. Okay, so I think we're ready to start looping our little guy up. Go down to the legs and pull the foot back so you can expose those 3 bands, and we loop up. And we move his leg around because it was going walkabout. And we loop up. When we get to the groin area, we're going to dig down past the end cap, grab the 2 top bands and loop across. Now it would be quite a good idea to have it under those bands. So that the trousers are the ones on top. So I'm going to lift that up, pop that back on that peg, and loom up like that. Sorry. Loom up, dig down, you're going to find the bottom 2 bands. That's all you need, just the bottom 2. It's quite difficult because you've got quite a lot of bands down here, so sometimes it's easy to pull the bands out with your finger, and then when you see your hook, you can just grab onto it like that. Wiggle, 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 and loop it up. Same this side. Bottom 2, I found 1, there's the other. Dig down, find the bottom 2 and loop up. Loop up here to the lapel. Now, loop up, grab the top 2 bands, loop to the side, the next 2, loop to the side. I hate it when bands decide to toddle off on their own. There we go, come back. push those down so they stay in place. There we go. Loop up. Now I want the black to be on top of the rose, so I'm going to do the rose first. The arms, dig those, pull those arms out the way to expose those two bottom bands. Okay, now I'm going to do the black up to here. I'm going to push everything down. You're going to dig under your end cap here, and it's difficult because you're going backwards. Dig under, grab the green two bands and loop them here. I told you it's quite tricky. Okay, now they will be locked into place by these three black bands. So dig down, you need to find 3 black bands. There we go, and loop up. Now you're going to find the 2 top white bands and loop to the side, loop to the side, loop up, loop up. Again, it's going to be fiddly for the hair. What we're going to need to do is use a pencil or another hook, if you have, to loop up the hair to here. Loop up the hair to here. We need to take these off, okay? But we also need to take the other side off. So if you don't have a hook, use a pencil and take those off, okay? Hold this side out with your finger and use your hook. Dig down, grab the 2 bottom bands and loop across, and then you're going to put your hair back. The same this side. Dig down, find the 2 bottom green bands, loop across, and then you're going to replace the bands that were held on your pencil or your hook or your toothpick or your chopstick or your knitting needle. Grab the last 2 green bands and we'll loop those in there. We're going to use the same colour green, 2 of them. Push your hook down out through the side here, and we're going to use those to tie off. Pull them up through the middle of that peg, and you want it at the back of this peg here. The 2 closest to you go up, over and off, and you can pull to make a slip knot. Now we take him off the loom, and you want that slip knot to be secure, but try not to break the bands. So there's the coat tails for his suit, and his legs, and his arms, and the collars to his shirt. Pull his shoulders out so his arms don't sort of stand completely at right angles. Now for his hair, I'm going to use a hook and just gently bring those 2 loops to the back here. Like that. And I know it's tricky. His buffy hair can sort of stand up a bit. Sometimes it's, there we go, fiddle with it a bit and it'll sort of stand up and look a bit buffy. Now for his smile, I did use a rose band, the same type that we did his suit in, and you might also need an S clip or a C clip or whatever clip. Choose where you want his smile to start and drag one side of the band through his face like that. I would attach the S clip at this point so that you're not pulling it through. So attach it to one side and then you can pull tight. The other side is going to go in the same spot on the other side of his face. Dig your hook through, grab and pull through. There we go. Now what I like to do is take that loop and I'm just going to splay it open and go over that clip like so. Okay, so it's both on. Now you've just got a little closed mouth smile happening there. If you want it to be an open mouthed smile, you're going to pull the band apart with your hook. And what you need to do is get another rose coloured band. Dig your hook between under one side of the band. Pull the second rose band halfway through, reclaim it like so, and take the first side over and off and pull tight. You're going to go through the back of his head and poke out here near the white part, or through the white part but near the neck, and pull that back and pull it tight. And that's how you do his smile on his face. And you can attach those, if you'd like, together, you know, loop in that the green bands for his hair, but then you can just move these bands over the top of that clip like so. Take the other side of that rose band and clip that to there, and then that's all in place, and there you have your Joker. I hope you enjoy making him. Take care.